So I ran out of recording time for the first part of the video, so I have to do it in 2 parts apparently. So yeah, so the neutral jump punch Vortex, you have 2 options for it. You can do overhead then low, or in this case I'm doing it backwards, sorry. Low then overhead. In the corner the follow-up doesn't matter as much because they're not going to bounce back. So usually if you're in the corner, it doesn't matter what option you do. I like to end it with 4 and 4 X room, then 4 trance. Then you have them in trance, you can go for a reset with big damage again. The one thing that I don't really recommend doing is looping it over and over again. It seems to me like that's kind of giving up a lot of damage, and it's not super hard to execute, but it's hard enough to execute where I wouldn't rely on it as a strategy to do over and over again. And a lot of characters have ways out of it, like mid-screen you can backdash, some characters can armor, you can just run forward and the bat will totally whiff for some reason, I don't know why that is. But if you're going to do it mid-screen, there's 2 follow-ups you need to know. If the low is going to hit first, you have to do a standing 4 into trance. Anything else is going to push them too far away. If you're going to do the overhead first, you have to use back 1. Otherwise, same thing will happen. You won't be able to loop it again. So, back 1. 4. So if you hit it once, I would usually do it just to kind of add a little bit more damage onto your combo. But the main thing that I would say is get it to the corner, and then you can use it on the knockdown, which is usually where I use it. So yeah, that's basically the neutral jump punch Vortex. Remember, if you're going to do overhead first, you have to follow up with back 1. If you do low first, you have to do standing 4. Anti-airs, this is going to be pretty quick because anti-airs aren't really a huge thing in this game. Depending on how they jump. If they jump a little bit closer to you, like around this range, you use standing 4 because you see he boots himself in the face like a midget pretty much. So the hitbox is pretty close to him, so it's a good way to standing 4 trance to anti-air them. If they jump from farther away, I'm usually walking back like this. You walk back and then hit him with the back 1 because it has a huge hitbox. Back 1 is always also a good thing to use to start rounds off if you think they're going to press buttons. Great range. I love using that move. I think it's underutilized. That's pretty much it for anti-airs. Not really a whole lot to go over there. His defense honestly is mostly waiting. You have to know your matchups. You have to know the frame data. You have to know everything about what you're fighting against in order to defend properly, because this is Quan's weak point. As far as defensive moves, he has a down 1, which is 6 frames. That got buffed. And it's also +3, so you can do the down 1 into back 3, and you have pretty good advantage. If it hits, if it blocks, it's -9, so it's kind of risky to do. So I would try to make a really good read if you're going to do it. You can also cancel it into EX room like that, but you can get hit out of it on block. Someone could just poke you back with a 6-frame move, and then you're good to go. Second option he has is a back throw. Back throws, when you reverse them, are actually 8 frames if you do it on the actual reversal. This is great because usually when you're getting pressured, you're in the corner, so then you can back throw them, and now they're in the corner, and they can either back off and start zoning, or get them to chase you to mid-screen, or you could just start pressure. His throw is now plus on block. That was also a buff, so he's able to go in for pressure as well, or a mix-up. So that's pretty awesome. And then one of the better options for defense is down 3. So down 3, like I mentioned before, gives you a free mix-up either low or overhead. The only thing is it's slow. It's about 10 frames startup, or 9 frames startup. Let's double check that before I start spreading the lines. 9 frames startup, and it's only -1 on block. So you can do this, and then you get... So, overhead. Yeah, so it's a little bit slower starting out, but it is a mid. And it is a true low, which is awesome. Yeah, down 1's a mid, sorry. It's a true low. So that's basically it. That's all you really need to know about Quan. I went over the zoning, I went over the corner game, I went over the combos. I think I went over everything that's pretty much important with the character. So all you need to do is perfect all the stuff, put it all together, make sure you know your matchups, and I think this is a good place to go to get learning Quan. So I want to give a shout out to my sponsor, the Boss Battle Show, Adam Ronan, Boss Battle Tim, Gordy, Ace, all those guys. STB, my clan, my soulmates, of course Goldie for supporting me through all this sorcerer craziness all these years, and hashtag Bonehawks. Hashtag Bonehawks. If you have any questions or you want to add anything in that somebody else might find useful, let me know in the comments or the posts on TYM. And we will see you guys on the battlefield.